Hey guys, it's Leah Michelle. It is March 8th, 2017.
I don't know where to start with this one. It's mind-boggling. You may have heard of this Day Without a Woman thing. There's so much for me to cover with this. I mean, up from like who funds it, the Soroses, to it's commie Muslim craziness going on to
the very basic of the fact that it is absolutely absurd.
To Facebook had a picture you could choose with like Muslim headscarves for Day Without a Woman. I mean, it's like it's basically saying we have made you a poop Islam sandwich with a side of commie sauce, and you will eat it, and you will like it. No. And if you don't like it, you will eat it. We will force feed you this Islamic poop commie sandwich until you are all zombies. I mean, it's awesome to see the never-ending craziness.
They're planning this stuff for like the rest of the year. I told Leah, I said, you know what? We're never going to be lacking in news. It's just not going to happen.
So this is the group of women led by Nancy Pelosi and their red coming down. This was in Cleveland.
What do we do? Women's rights are under attack. What do we do? Stand up and fight back. Women's rights are under attack.
Give the poor old guy better in there. Aww.
The poor blokes in these things, the poor men walking with these women, these emasculated men who just, I don't even know, they just drank too much birth control laden water or something, too much soy product. I don't understand the men.
I feel really bad for them, actually.
What do we do? This is embarrassing.
What she's saying is when women's rights are under attack, what do? We fight back.
And there's no shortage of megaphones with these people.
But I still am not quite comprehending where the women's rights are under attack here, and how Linda Sarsour and other Muslim women have the right to speak out against that.
Right.
Because Muslim women are under a lot of oppression.
Okay. So that's pretty much my intro.
That's excellent. That's fantastic. Do you guys think she could have done that any better? Pretty sure.
So
no.
I was like, so where do I start? So we're going to start at their page.
Yay!
Where I first found the alphabet of sexual orientations, LGBTQ,
Z.
So they have, bye Sydney, our dog doesn't like, we get a little excited, so our dogs are outside.
What does that say?
I don't know. On International Women's Day, which was today. Now, before today, what I was reading is that like it was like a little blurb on like you might have the little Google little doppelganger or whatever, and nobody in America celebrated it. It was like international women were they were oppressed women and different things like that.
I feel like internationally this is an excellent holiday. It should be celebrated internationally. I think in America maybe not so much.
In places where, yeah, in places where there's real oppression, right? And it's not because women have an issue; it's because a certain segment is oppressed. So you try to raise any oppressed segment up. Okay.
You know what I would be for before just one more? I want to interrupt here. I would actually be totally for an international or a Women's Day that actually in America touted all of the things that we now have as women and how amazing that is. Like, yay, women, we have so much, we fought for so much.
Yeah, it's like scraping the bottom of the barrel. Okay, so today, they wanted people to walk and to march for justice and the human rights of women and all. This is so weird. Women and gender oppressed people. Through their standing up. Okay, so in the same spirit and love and liberation, since we saw a lot of that going on at the Women's March with no pro-life people allowed, they wanted everybody to get together. And it's so weird because the idea was that you don't go to work. That was their first idea. You know what? We're just not going to go to work. And then all of a sudden everybody's like,
wait a minute, I can't afford not to go to work.
And then
what am I going to do?
Okay, well then you can wear red. And then everybody's like, no, well first they said you just wear red. And then like, but what if I have a uniform? Then they're like,
okay, well then you can wear a red pin.
And then the question was,
what kind of pin?
what do you do if you're a stay-at-home mom? Well, you just get your husband to do it. They didn't actually give an answer for that one. Wear red. Just wear red, and your little kid, your little 2-year-old can look at you. I'm a red today. Yay.
Not feeding you today. Your butt's not getting wiped today. Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
You can sit there and cry. Day without your mama.
They're
For communism.
well, exactly. Peanut Gallery, Linda Sarsar, and all of them kept saying, why are we using red? Because red is the color of revolution. And when I think of that, I think of like,
Communist Russia.
yeah, I see
Communist China.
Red Square. I see Tiananmen Square. I see a lot of blood
I see
spilled.
blood.
I see blood. I see a lot of blood, and that's the idea. You can see it in Linda Sarsar's eyes.
Sour.
She wants to suck your blood. She's got ties to terrorism, and the woman who actually, one of the women who helped do this march.
Convicted terrorist, whereas Maya Youssef Oda spent 10 years in jail for her part in a 1969 bombing of a Jerusalem supermarket. 2 Hebrew University students were killed in that attack.
Okay, so this woman right here
Was allowed into our country after she took part in a bombing that killed 2 Hebrew students. The vetting process maybe not quite so awesome. Maybe that's why it needs to be relooked at. Just saying.
Yeah, her name is Resmia Odia. She was convicted, and she served 10 years in prison for blowing up 2 Israelis in a bombing
She
event.
took part, but still.
And what's crazy about this is that she came to America, I believe, in 94, 95, and then she became a U.S. citizen. And then just recently, they found out that she had lied, because even back then, you actually weren't allowed in the country if you were a convicted terrorist. Go figure.
Convicted terrorists. No, you can't come into our country if you have killed people.
And so her reasoning is she actually gets a second trial because they were going to kick her booty out, right? And she's like, she appealed because she said that when she applied, she forgot that she was a terrorist, and she had PTSD from that episode.
Because killing people and blowing them up is so traumatic.
It is. Haven't you ever done it?
Mm-hmm. And actually, here's the thing. It is. But if you're already psychotic enough to do this via terrorism and not an act of, like, war,
Right.
okay, then yeah, you're already messed up.
Okay, so
I just forgot I was a terrorist.
the idea of this behind this on their page says they recognizing the enormous value that women of all backgrounds add to our socio-economic system,
Including terrorists.
while receiving lower wages and experiencing greater inequalities, vulnerability to discrimination, sexual harassment, job insecurity, we recognize that trans and gender non-conforming people face heightened levels of discrimination and social oppression and political targeting. We believe in gender justice. They had templates, and this was all planned out, dude. They had like flyers, they had banners, they had everything. They had money behind this. You know who was behind this? Go ahead.
Oh, George Soros.
Yes.
The globalists.
Out of the 500 organizations that were taking part in this, supporters got 246 million. Of the marches, 544 partners, 100 groups received funding from Soros that totaled $246 million. According to the conservative media research company, those groups include Planned Parenthood, the Center for American Progress, People for the American Way. I mean, the dude, through his Open Society Foundation, he has given more than $13 billion to push his globalist, anti-American views. That's what his job, his job is, as we will tell you over and over and over again.
To throw money.
Peanut Gallery, one moment. His job is to wake up every day and say, "Hail Satan, what do you want me to do today?" Peanut.
I was gonna say they took the day off to work for George Soros, so they didn't. They
They didn't even stop working. They took the day off to work with George Soros.
That is well done, Peanut. Well said.
Okay, I'm sorry. So let's go over some of the madness. I think you might have seen my Blaze article. First of all, I wanted you to know that this Day Without a Woman strike is actually being organized by a team made up entirely of men. So I love the picture here. The strike being organized to coexist with the International Women's Day itself is lacking of female inclusion, according to the Washington Free Beacon. The group Action Network Fund is a progressive online organizing platform based in Washington, D.C. that is primarily concerned with mobilizing protests against President Donald Trump. I mean, I'm sure they're funded completely by George Soros. And works with all sorts of union and left-wing politically based organizations to do it. So this is the hub trying to organize, because you got to get this organized. You got to have the websites, and you've got to have this was really organized. You guys, I have to say, they are one good thing that they know how to do.
Organization
is they're really
pulling
organized
things together.
The Tea Party and the conservative people, you know what? We're just like, dude, you want to show up somebody? Sure. We're you know what I mean? Like, let's just do it. And that's what grassroots is. This is what I keep calling over and over again. This is astroturf. This is fake. This isn't real grass. It doesn't produce anything else. You know. So basically, the guys who run it are 4 dudes who help run this thing. So
that's embarrassing for the Women's Day.
So that was just a little side bit. But this is the op-ed, okay, that the women wanted to get across. Okay, so these 4 dimwits got themselves arrested, and I along with like 6 other people. And so I looked them up to see who they were. And I saw that they had this wonderful op-ed on Time magazine, and you've got the redheaded white girl. I think she might be a lesbian. I don't know, Bob. Her name's Bob. It's not Bobby, Bob. And then you've got the black woman, and the Mexican woman, and the Muslim woman.
I love how you're like digging your head in.
Yeah, but I don't really want to see them
organizations
bigger.
that exist who need to be strengthened. They need more resources. They need.
I don't really want you to hear what they have to say.
Who your, local city council, right?
I just want you to see how Time magazine is portraying them. And like I said, I think it's in that interview where there's another interview where she says, commies, revolution. She doesn't say commie, I say commie. She says red is the color of revolution. So I wanted to read to you the op-ed that was actually written by the Rasmus Youssef and Oda, and as I began to read through it, because their whole thing is so discombobulated.
I love this sentence here. It says, while Trump's blatant misogyny was the immediate trigger for the huge response on January 21st, that sentence cracks me up. His blatant misogyny. Now, you guys, you have to understand, the word misogyny means to literally hate women. Okay? Has anybody met or seen Kellyanne Conway speak? Trump does not hate women. This is absolutely absurd. He may have said, remarks that were derogatory, but you women all say derogatory comments towards men all the time. And it's okay. So sorry, go on.
Women's conditions of life, especially those women of color and of working and unemployed and migrant women, have steadily deteriorated over the last 30 years thanks to financial, and these are the really weird words, financialization and corporate globalization. You know what? I'm going to tell you, I don't want to be rude, but those people that you're talking to just basically would read this and say, oh wow, they're using big words. Use your big words, because it doesn't really mean anything. And then this, lean-in feminism and other variants of corporate feminism had failed the overwhelming majority of us. So whatever lean-in feminism is, I have no idea. And corporate feminism, basically the 1%. So what this is we want feminism to be for the 99%. We don't want it for the rich. It's not the Hillary Clinton feminism anymore. They want the 99%. I mean, they're trying to rebrand. It's like a rebranding when your company's going down, it's going under. We need to rebrand.
We need to rebrand feminism with the face of Muslims, because they are the epitome of women's rights.
90%.
Duh!
They want access to self-promotion and advancement, in whose conditions of life can be improved only through policies that defend social reproduction and secure reproductive justice and guarantee labor rights.
Here's what I think is so fantastic about that. I am all for
social reproduction.
But I am...
Is that when we all get together and we have babies together socially?
That sounds really creepy and like a movie, but I am all for...
That is what that means. I know it. That has got to be what that means.
Well, I'm just saying, I really think that reproductive rights are very important. Your right to reproduce is very important. If you want to have a baby, you should be allowed to have a baby. In China, that's not usually the
Actually,
case.
I just listened to a woman today where she got pregnant outside of wedlock in China, and it's illegal, so you have to have an abortion. But technically, you can try to get around it by paying a fee, and her fee was going to be $60,000. And then her mom tried to help her, like she was going to bribe people. You can bribe people there. But instead, they burst into her house, they dragged her in, and at 8 months pregnant, they killed they put stuff in her system so when she went home, she had this baby, dead baby. I'm not kidding. So that is not reproductive justice, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right. I am so disgusted with all of you all that not you, our viewers. Y'all know I love you. This is absolutely ridiculous. Those are the reproductive rights that everybody in the whole world should be fighting for.
Right. So the kind of feminism that they seek is already emerging internationally. Really? I don't see that. From the women's strike in Poland against the abortion ban, and the women's marches in Latin America against male violence, and there may very well be male violence in Latin America. I haven't really studied that, but
once again, we're talking to these American women. Whatever's going on internationally, you guys got to do what you got to do because there are women's oppressiveness there. Latin America, it could definitely be oppressive. Here in the United States, women are not oppressed. I'm sorry, it does not happen. This is not June Cleaver. This is not the 1940s. It's women. You guys have your rights. Whatever.
Opposition to the causalization of labor and wage inequality while opposing homophobia, transphobia, and xenophobic immigration policies. Together, they herald a new international feminist movement with an expanded agenda.
So wait a minute. Are they trying to say that with the homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, that we aren't letting in people because they're homosexuals or trans? They won't. You're not allowed to come into this country.
I don't know what they're not. They're just trying to be as they have a magnet.
That word right there was casualization to make it.
It's like the world's longest sentence. Okay. What is striking about these mobilizations is that several of them combine struggles against male violence, and it goes down to say, and immigration, xenophobic immigration policies is a separate thing.
I see that now.
Okay.
But still, it's a poorly written sentence.
They're professors. Together, they herald a new international feminist movement with an expanded agenda at once anti-racist, anti-imperialist, anti-heterosexist, and anti-neoliberal. So there's a lot of things being thrown around there, and you just get the people at the bottom who you're going to get your little 99%. Like, yeah, we're behind you, and we want to contribute to the development of this new, more expansive. Because guess what? You have lost your ranks. So now you just need to go get every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Maybe that's more like Tammy. I don't know.
Darcy and Harriet.
I don't know. Everybody you can. And what was striking about this, I wanted to read, the idea is to mobilize women, including trans women, because you know what? You know you're scraping the bottom of the barrel when you want all the trans women on your side. That's like...
They don't count!
I know, but there's only so many of them. It's kind of like you're hedging your bets, and it's like bringing in these trans women. If they're there, anyways, so it's just
all right.
Wait. And all who support them in an International Day of Struggle, a day of striking, marching, blocking roads, bridges, squares, abstaining from domestic. So see, this is a typo, by the way. Domestic.care. So it's like care and sex work. Abstaining from domestic. And your care and sex work. Because here's the thing. Not only are trans under this umbrella, and this was true in the Women's March. I saw it on Twitter. Sex workers are a big part of this feminist movement.
Right.
So you needed to abstain from that today. And I say, yeehaw!
Yes. You are the women that we are proud of. If you abstain from your sex work today.
Thank you!
Well done.
boycotting.
Because that's a day without a woman. That right there. Ain't getting none.
I'm calling out misogynistic politicians and companies and striking in educational institutions. Speaking of educational institutions, several schools were shut down today because the teachers took their little special note that they had filled out from here, and this is what's for your employer, and you could say, here, I can't come into work today. Can I just, be excused?
Yeah.
Your special white privilege is showing under your red dress.
All right, you guys, this is Leah Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it's not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring the bell for notifications if you want to see more videos just like this one, and find us on Facebook. Leah and I, we did not wear red. We did not abstain. We are here bringing you videos today because that is what people do. You continue about your daily work to bring value to it. You guys value our daily work. You value our videos. We're going to keep bringing them.
I was called